In this video, we're going to have a look at how to use Bing Chat for work for free rather than paying for ChatGPT. I'm Gavin Jones, founder and director at MeTime, where we help people save time at work to do more of the things they love. I help organizations be more efficient using Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365, and Microsoft Viva. If you're interested in working together, then stick around to the end to find out how we might be able to work together. Okay, so there's loads of videos about ChatGPT. I've even done one myself about getting Teams transcripts done there rather than using Teams Premium. I've also got a video on Teams Meeting Intelligent Recap, which is Teams Premium, if you check out this video here as well, if you want to know more about that. Before Microsoft Copilot comes out, which is going to be hopefully a game changer, depending on how much they charge for the license, Bing Chat is Microsoft putting ChatGPT into Bing. Don't know why they've kept the same name, but they have. So I don't know anyone that used Bing before, unless they just forgot to change their default to Google, and I'm not sure the search has got any better. But Bing Chat is very good because it's just the same as ChatGPT. I think it's using the latest model, so I'm pretty sure it's ChatGPT 4, and it's connected to the internet. So sometimes if you use ChatGPT, it'll say, I don't know about that. My model only runs up to September 2021, I think it is from memory. Let me know in the comments if it's different. But Bing Chat is connected to the internet, so although it's trained on a certain set of data, it can go and fetch data from anywhere on the internet. Got new videos on YouTube coming out every Tuesday, so make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified every time a new video comes out. If you come into bing.com, I had to sign up for the preview, but I might be out of preview now at the time of recording this video. I'm not sure. At some point it will be out of preview anyway if you're watching this video in the future. If you come to bing.com, I think they've now incorporated the ChatGPT box right in the top bit, but it's still a lot of clutter, isn't it, compared to just doing a Google search. In this video, we're just going to go through into the chat bit, which is the top section. So this jumps you out into Bing Chat, and unlike ChatGPT, you get to choose whether it's more creative, more balanced, more precise. So if you actually want some answers, so I saw a story of someone that used ChatGPT to do some like legal casework, and actually all the cases, they looked like normal proper cases, they were cited when it actually got to court. All those cases were made up. So Bing Chat has sort of got around that, so it's got a sliding scale from more creative to more precise. To be honest, if I want some information, I am still Googling it at the time of recording, but who knows if that is going to change. So when I come into Bing Chat, I want to be more creative. So I don't care if it's going to make stuff up because I'm going to sort of check it anyway. It's just a useful prompt to get stuff started and created for you. So I'm just going to go through 3 use cases that I use it for in my everyday job right now. Most often used one is creating content. So I have to put a lot of stuff out on LinkedIn, on YouTube posts, and Bing Chat is great for that. So I often think up things when I'm going for a walk or in the shower, and I just jot some things down on a note that might be useful for people if I just put out a quick post on LinkedIn. Sometimes it's just a very fragment of something that I've thought of, and I might just need to get a bit more, I can't just put that out there, I need to make a bit of a longer post. So I might then use ChatGPT to say, look, can you help me write a post, a LinkedIn post about this subject? And it'll flesh it out, and then I can re-edit it and post it. So can you create a LinkedIn post in the style of MeTime Limited about the downsides of having too many private chats in an organization rather than using Microsoft Teams channels? So that might be something that I thought of. I might be wanting to do a post about some common pain points or some things that I thought from working with clients. Like I said at the start, if you're interested in working together for your organization, then stick around to the end to find out how we might be able to work together. But here you go, it's sure I can create a LinkedIn post for you. Of course I can. Here's a possible draft. Are you drowning in private chats? Do you feel like you're missing out on important conversations? Do you wish there's a better way to collaborate? All pretty good hooks, I think. Ones that I might not be able to think of if the deadline was I really need to get it out that day and I hadn't got anything to post. If it pulls information from the internet, it's going to give us the citations at the bottom. If it's got anything, it's picked up my old website, meetimeapps.com, which is fine because it's saying I offer an iPhone app, which I do, but that's not the main part of the business anymore. So I think that's pretty good, actually. So it's got the pain point of keeping stuff in private chat. It's telling us what Microsoft Teams channels are. Here's some of the benefits. about using @mentions. Not sure you can use hashtags unless you've got Microsoft Viva Topics, which is an add-on license. So we are in creative mode, so you need to go and check that what it's actually saying is true. But you can see it's got quite a big bit of text that we can then go and edit, or we can use Bing Chat to go and edit it. So quite often the main thing that I'm doing is I want to be quite short, sweet, maybe humorous. So you can just literally type it, can you make it more concise and more humorous? And it will rewrite it for you. So you can sort of go through a few iterations, then tweak it for your needs. So private chats are so last year. They clutter your inbox, waste your time, make you miss out on the good stuff. I think that's pretty good. Don't be a private chat zombie, be a Microsoft channel superstar. I like it. And then we might want to say, because I'm all about cultural change, so yeah, it's one thing knowing what to do, but it's another thing actually getting your organization to do it and stick to it when there's easily an old way to be done it, which is usually emails and private chats. So let's maybe ask it to incorporate that. It's like, can you incorporate a little more about the cultural change necessary to get the most out of Microsoft Teams channels whilst keeping LinkedIn post concise and humorous. Not just a tool or a mindset, I like it. So now it's starting to get a bit more about how I would write it, I would think, but it's taken a couple of prompts and it might be a bit more humorous than I might be if I was having to do it on a Monday morning without any coffee. I pretty much like that. I guess if you're posting on social media, I've heard, I don't know, Google scanning for AI generated content and sort of downgrading it in the algorithm. So it's one thing you need to be aware of. There are some tools out there where you can paste that text in to see if that's going to get caught by a AI catcher trying to catch out other AI so that it sort of downgrades the algorithm. I'm not sure if that's just folklore or whether it's actually happening. It sounds like it should be something that people would want to be mindful about. So usually though, when I've used those tools to check that it doesn't sound too robotic, just changing like one or two words can just fool the checker anyway, because I guess you are taking the time to edit it. But this seems pretty good, so I might actually go and use this one. So if you see this about on social media or on LinkedIn, give it a like and let me know you've seen this video, because that would be quite fun. Yeah, so doing LinkedIn social posts is something that I think saves loads of time. That would have taken me way longer than what we've just done in this video to create that bit of content and have it be that good. I think it's pretty good. It says most of the things that I would want to say. And I guess when you're producing content that's around the same sort of topic, it is quite tricky to be novel and new and just have a different spin on things. ChatGPT or Bing Chat in this, guys, is something that can really help. And like I say, Bing Chat is connected to the internet and it's free. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but you have to pay extra for that in ChatGPT and it's still not connected to the internet, whereas Bing Chat is completely free at the time of recording. And I don't think they've got any plans to charge for it because they're trying to get rid of Google, I guess. One thing that's cool in Bing Chat that you don't get straight in ChatGPT, as far as I'm aware, is DALL-E 2 integration. So if we wanted to put a picture alongside this LinkedIn post, maybe Bing Chat will help us do that as well. So just say, can you create a picture to go along with this post? See if it does it. When I was testing before the video, it seems like there's a few things that it's blocking, even if it's not content that's against the policy. So I don't know if it's got too many words in or if it's got too many logos. That seems to be working, this one. So I was trying to get it to create a YouTube thumbnail for me about the title of this video, which I thought would be quite fun to use that as the title. But yeah, it just kept saying that the content's blocked. So, you know, it does say if it's against this content policy, then that's why it's been blocked. But it also makes mistakes. So even if it's not against that policy, it still might be blocked, and give them some feedback. So here's some things it's created. Obviously, we didn't ask it to do anything with a picture. We just said create a picture to go along with that post. And we might want to tweak some of these. So it's a cartoon illustration of a person smiling and holding a laptop, which is what it actually sent to Bing Image Creator, which is what Microsoft are using DALL-E 2, or what they're calling their version of DALL-E 2. And so I'm not sure I would add that to my LinkedIn post. So we might say, can you make it more realistic and funny? See what it does with that. And I guess like you've seen with all of these, it's just trying to nudge the AI generation through some iterations until you get what you want. So I think it's very unlikely you'll get what you want without nudging it. And you'll see when we come on to the last example that that's more true than ever when we actually try and get it to help us with some SharePoint list code. So well, that's pretty good, actually. I mean, all these people are fake. So it's just creating these humans, which I think's amazingly ridiculous. It can't really do logos or text. So you see, this one looks a bit like Spotify. It's probably picked up from somewhere, and it doesn't really understand language in DALL-E 2, which is why the text always seems a bit funny. And these are like made up logos, so it doesn't really go along with a Microsoft Teams themed picture. I'm not sure if we can add logos now. So let's see. Can you add a Microsoft Teams logo? Sometimes it says, sure, I can do it, and then it doesn't actually do it. It's still AI, isn't it? So it makes mistakes. So your image is generating, and see, it hasn't really got the Microsoft Teams logo in it. It's got loads of other logos. It's got something that it thinks is a Teams logo, and it's written the word Teams, which is, I've not seen that when I was using DALL-E 2 directly. It might be useful. Obviously, you can ask it to create a picture of anything you want. We haven't been too directive. We just said, create some sort of picture. So if you already had an idea in mind about actually that it would be funny if we had, I don't know, some metaphor of people using Teams and chats, and it's like, can we create a cartoon of people in silo? Oh, let's do that actually. Why? Let's create a new topic. It's like, can you create a cartoon to show people in silos versus people who are free in a humorous manner? So let's just see if we, if you could think of something of a picture that you wanted to go along with your post, and you tell it that, I'm assuming that this will be closer to what we want, rather than just saying, here's the post, go and create it. So let's see what it comes up with. They're not bad, are they? It's sort of got the gist. It's got silos as like, big tanker silos. I don't know if that's actually a different language. It's not one that I recognize, so let me know if you know what it is in the comments below. So yeah, so you can get 2 pictures. I also, so just do new topic. I did a talk on Microsoft Viva, and I was sort of in a creative block of like, I knew what I wanted to talk about, I didn't know how to structure the slides. So obviously when Microsoft Copilot comes out, which is having ChatGPT enabled AI write in all of the Microsoft apps pretty much. I can't imagine why they wouldn't put Copilot in any of their apps that they currently own. But it's definitely going to be in Word, Excel, PowerPoint. You can say, create me some slides based on blah, 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 and it'll do it. So let me just try and find the prompt and show you what it helped me with. So I just took some notes, like I say, whilst I was thinking of other stuff, and just wrote it down, some notes. And so then I came into Bing Chat and said, can you create some PowerPoint slides for a presentation called Viva Schmeeva, how to cut through the marketing buzz and get a return on your Viva investment, with the following brief notes for ideas of what to talk about. Paste all my ideas in there, put a quote on it, and let's see what it came up with. I don't know if it's going to come up with the same thing, but it says here's an outline, possible outline based on your notes. It's obviously got the title slide going through each slide actually, which it didn't do when I did it before. It sort of just said, like, here's a brief outline of how you might be able to structure your whole presentation, which had 4 bullets, which was really useful, and that's what I used to create the presentation, but it didn't go through each slide, so maybe I asked it a slightly different way. I mean, that's as good a structure as any. If it had come up with that, I probably would have gone with that as well, to be honest. And so I guess what it doesn't do is actually create those slides for you. When Copilot comes out in PowerPoint, it will actually generate slides for you with backgrounds, with text, with just filling out the entire thing. So you can see quite quickly, if your organization is not ready to ask AI the right questions, then your competitors are. They can produce content, knowledge work, all of the stuff that grinds an organization down once they get to a certain size. They're going to be able to just be way more efficient, faster to market than you. So it is going to be a true competitive advantage if your fully into AI based, or AI assisted, I should say, knowledge work. And so Bing Chat is a good place for us to go and try that out and get some of the benefits ahead of Copilot coming out. Or if Copilot comes out and it's too much money, they haven't announced the price at the time of recording, but let me know in the comments below if that's out when you're watching this video. At least Bing Chat is going to be free, so you can get a lot of the benefits for no extra investment. So we've used it for content production, pictures, and to help us with presentations and slides, or at least slide outline. Last thing I wanted to show you is, so we've just got this random list that we used in a previous video. If you want to know where this list was created from, then it's in this video here where we talk about how to make lists more useful. There's lots of formatting you can do in lists straight out the box, which is kind of handy, and there's some that you need coding for. I don't know JSON code off the top of my head, so I always have to go and find it off the internet. And so Bing Chat can now help us generate that code. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes it gets it wrong, but it is a good start at least. So say we wanted to change the format of this column. So we'll go and format columns. We can specify it into advanced mode, and then maybe we just copy all of this code, go into Bing Chat, do a new topic. We want it balanced because we don't want it to create things that aren't actually going to work. And you say, can you give me JSON code that will make this column change to a red background color when the, what should we say, entry is, let's make sure we do it exactly one off. This is the current code. It can obviously write code for us. It can write code in many different languages. The one that's used in SharePoint formatting is JSON. You could tell it specifically that that's what you want, or you could just paste the code in, and I think it would probably guess. I'm not good enough with JSON to know if that's going to work or not. Someone else that's good at coding will be able to spot those errors and go and fix it. Whereas for me, I'm just going to hope that it works, highlight all this and paste it in and do a preview. Sometimes it's going to get it wrong. So it's actually just, if we do the preview of that, it's done some formatting, so it wipes out anything that we had in there. So let's cancel. So we can say, when I pasted that in, nothing was displayed at all. Can you rewrite the code to fix this? So you can see it's very confident. It's so it didn't say what it's fixed. So it just says here's the code with corrections. I mean, I'm not good enough to go and spot what was wrong or how to make it better. That's what I need the computer to do for me. And so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it might save you a bit of time from going and researching that. If it gets it wrong, then I guess you haven't lost much time in trying it. And let's go and just try it one more time. Preview. So it's the same thing. So it's not going to work every time. I have got it to work in the past in different examples. Maybe it's because we had the pill formatting already there. Maybe it's because the code I posted to start sort of ran out of characters. Who knows? We could, tell it a lot more information. It's like, oh yeah, it's a choice column that's got these three options. Can you go and do the formatting for me? That might help. But for right now, you can see that obviously it does know code, but it's just failed in this specific example. You can also get to go and correct code. So if you've got some code and it's failed, if you know what you're doing, unlike me, go and put the code in and it fails for some reason, you just can't see what's going on. You can go and paste it into Bing Chat and say, look, this code doesn't work. I think it's pretty close. Can you fix it without changing anything that it's doing? It'll go and say, oh yeah, you've done an at rather than a hash or something, you had a typo. That's why it's not working. So it can be useful. And like I say, Bing Chat is the gateway to getting people used to speaking to an AI bot and asking it the right questions. If you ask it the right questions, you're not going to get the right answers. And when Microsoft Copilot comes out, when it's connected to the internet and all of your work data, just be able to bring anything back, any knowledge across the whole organization is going to be at people's fingertips if they're empowered to go and do it, if they're curious enough to go and test it. Some of the things that it does in Excel, it used to take me like days and days when I was a finance analyst. You can now just put a block of data in Excel and say, just give me the top 3 trends of the revenue this month and why and what we can do to fix it. It's like bing, done it in like 3 seconds. So it's going to be transformational if we allow it, if we empower people to go and do it. If you need help with the cultural change necessary to get all of the benefits of Microsoft 365 and Microsoft Viva and Microsoft Copilot, then we might be a good fit to work together. Book a call using the link in the description below of this video. And before you go, remember to give the video a like if you liked it, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we've got new videos coming out every Tuesday that you don't want to miss. But thanks for watching so far, and we'll see you in the next one.